Hey, everybody, welcome back to the channel. You are watching Rogers Cable 10 TV. I'm the BMD, your host on a show we call Meet the Band. And we're honored to have our guest who had trouble getting to us, but we're so happy to see her smile and she's connected. We're hoping to have a good time. And her name is Mehz K. We're going to ask her about that name in a second, but we want to welcome her to the show. How are you, ma'am? How's your day going?
Oh, I'm so good. I'm just here in Barrie helping our friends film for the Tony Yayo concert. So we're super excited. We have a lot going on. We can't wait. We're so excited to go to the concert. So it's going to be really, really fun.
So you seem very excited, got a beautiful smile. You seem bubbly, energetic. Let's start off with that. Where did that come from?
I think I've just always been like a little bit of a firecracker. I love meeting new people. I love hanging out with new friends, networking with different people. It's one of my many pleasures. I have a strong background since I was very, very young working in customer service. I think that's where a lot of my people skills came from. But I love meeting new people and making them feel very, very comfortable in whatever environment we're in. So,
Well, that's good. Listen, what's your background? Let's stay on that.
Mhm.
Tell us about your family heritage, your culture. Tell us a bit about your family and just in general, your background.
Okay, well, I am an only child. So I'm the one and only child to my parents. My parents are both immigrants from Bangladesh, so that makes me Canadian Bengali. I was born here, but I do have a very, very strong Bengali culture, very deep rooted. I can speak fluently. I love the food, love the hospitality, love the culture. It's very colorful and welcoming. I grew up with just me and my parents in Mississauga, Ontario, specifically in Meadowvale. That's where I was born and raised. I have a very long history with a lot of the youth in Mississauga, so kind of use my music in a way as inspiration from where I came from when I came from Mississauga and my Bengali heritage, kind of mix it all together within my music.
So, did you have Bengali influences? Hopefully, I'm saying that right. Growing up, was it common music in the house or
Yeah.
was it AC/DC and Elvis Presley?
It was mostly Bengali music. Like I remember my dad and I, we used to drive around like all around town. It would just be me and him that hang out a lot. And he's a very big like singer at family functions and stuff like that. So I would always hear him sing in like all these old Bengali songs. And it's really interesting to see what his favorite type of music was. And like having me learn a lot of those songs growing up in the car and singing it with him was just like very core memories for me.
So, did it start out kind of like family karaoke?
I honestly did. My dad actually, when I was around 6 years old, he bought a karaoke machine straight from Bangladesh, and they have some of the best karaoke machines because they have so many songs that already come downloaded, and they're all like the songs that he listened to growing up. So yeah, we did a lot of karaoke growing up. Always at family parties, the karaoke machine was busted out. So yeah, it's a big part of our family.
So, right away, we're going to go back into the name. Kind of unusual. I'm going to say it's probably not your given name, it's your stage name or your entertainment name. So, tell us the breakdown and where did this come from?
So the name Mez, my full name is actually Mezavine, and
Oh,
it's an Arabic name, and the meaning of it is the four phases of the moon. Growing up, a lot of people just couldn't say my full name. Some people can; they like my full name as well. So I was like, whatever you want to call me. But yeah, Mez just basically came from my nickname that everyone just would call me all the time, and then K is the first letter of my last name, so I just use the K, just drop it in there. I was deciphering for a bit whether I should go between just Mez or Mez K, and I kind of like the Mez
I
K.
kind of like
So,
Mez K too. And now knowing it, it's got some real good meaning. So, singing in your room, a little bit of family karaoke. Continue on a little bit. I think there's more on how you got started. I'm very curious. There's more to how you get started. Share with us some other info.
yeah, so definitely where I feel like it first got started is I used to record Cruz a lot. So Cruz is an artist, engineer, videographer. So he kind of taught me the skill of recording and engineering, mixing and mastering. So that's where I kind of got the skill to record him and see that I can do like the technical side of music. So then one day was like, you try this time. So I was like, okay. So I decided to just pick a beat and just make a song. And honestly, it wasn't bad. And I kind of enjoyed doing it. And then honestly, it just trickled down from there. I remember I went to a music event, met our producers, Tonics Bros, and they are absolutely phenomenal. So just hearing what they have to offer and what they kind of create around my voice was just so magical. And it kind of just inspired me to keep going. So yeah.
What about the writing style? Like, where does that come? Are you a poet and didn't know it to, sound goofy? Or, like, where does it come from?
So the way I write mostly, it comes all from the top of my head. I don't really sit down and like write pen and paper because I really like to feel music in the moment. And if I really vibe with a beat or an instrumental that just really speaks to me, and I just start flowing off the top of it. And then off of that, I just start creating little words. And honestly, that's how a lot of my songs are made. I don't really take pen to paper as much anymore as I used to when I first started, because I thought that you may need to. But I think over time, I've realized that I've genuinely just kind of learned the craft of a little bit of a freestyle situation. So, yeah.
So where does it still come from? You wake up with a thought in your head, or you're watching a movie, somebody says something, you see the dog walk across the road. There's got to be some pulse.
Yeah, so I use a lot of kind of my past experiences. I feel like when we were young, like we did a lot of wild stuff. So a lot of my music is centered around kind of like that party lifestyle, a lot of heartbreak that I went through, a lot of pain that I felt, but just in a way where it's very like clubby, vibey, you can still dance to the music. That's kind of the type of energy I want to bring. I want to make sure that everybody feels like, I know where you've been. I know the feelings you felt before. So I kind of just want to be relatable with my music. So I always use my past experiences and things that I've been through. And there's a lot of hidden messages in my music as well.
So talk to us about, without giving away the whole show, talk to us about the hidden messages, something, that you can say that we'll understand.
I think that we use a lot of different things.
Like give us an example.
Yeah, so I guess one of the hardships I went through is kind of trying to fit in with the crowd. So a lot of my music is kind of how I'd have to like conform to fit in with people around us and stuff. But then I realized that I can be an individual and I can rise above. So just all the situations that I've been put in over time, all the people, all the relationships, kind of all the friendships that are lost in the way and how it kind of affects you. Because I felt friendship breakups and all that fun stuff. Like I've taken it to heart a lot, and I'm a very emotional person when it comes to loving others. So just losing some of that and kind of using other ways to cope is kind of what my music is all about.
Interesting. Now, you segued me right into my next question. Way to go. That means we're connecting. The chemistry is there.
Yes.
You're listening to Meet the Band with me, the BMD. I'm coming to you with a music video showcase. Stay tuned.
Oh my God, it's seriously. I got the recipe. You need a remedy. I got the recipe. We're gonna call when you can't come on. We're gonna call when you're all alone. Yeah, now you all alone.
You're back on Meet the Band with the BMD. So we talked about writing and now the music genre. I noticed in the bio there was mentioning of pop, electronic, dance, and house music. That's a mouthful.
Yeah.
So do you pick, let's call it 4 topics just for discussion. Do you pick a mood you're feeling about pop that day and it's a pop thing happening, or tell us how that all blends?
I honestly, like, whenever I turn on like Spotify or anything that if I want to listen to, it's always some sort of music to help me get pumped up. So anytime I'm kind of looking for a song to hop on myself, I always kind of think like, what's gonna make like a person dance? Like, I want to make one person in the world dance. So if the beat really speaks to me and I can really vibe with it and create a beautiful chorus to it in order to make someone dance around the world, that's kind of like my goal, and that's what I'm thinking. But in regards to genres, I definitely lean more towards like the pop and EDM sound. There's just something about the bass and all the instruments and the synths that kind of just hype me up and get me going, kind of.
Now you seem like if you weren't doing this, you might be a cheerleader. Am I right?
I would love to cheer. I wish I was able to.
I think you can go rah rah team, let's go. Can you do that?
I'm ready. Teach me a routine. I got it down pat.
Okay, now inspirations. We did talk about heroes. What about anybody you won't try and do? I don't mean throwing a stone, just out of like you won't do AC/DC as an example.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is there no rock? I meant not naming names. I meant genres. Like you won't do country. You won't do rock and roll.
I honestly would love to make a song in each genre, just so I can reach out to like people around the world, you know? So I tend to love to make something that people might love themselves. So I would love to, if a country artist asked me to do a country song, maybe, why not? I think that would be really cool.
Well,
So,
totally.
yeah.
Why I ask, because you mentioned Miley as one of your heroes.
Yes.
I wouldn't say idol, but hero. And I know she's done country, of course. She's
Yes.
done a little bit of rap. She's done a little bit of rock and roll, and then a ballad singer. And, you know, she's really gone out there. So I was very curious why you'd like to go out there. You just mentioned you'd like to have a recorded song in every type of genre. So why is that important? Just either to exercise and show your talent, or you want to connect with the world?
I genuinely think it's a little bit of both, because I think just learning about each genre, there's so much in each genre. Like there's different scales, different keys. Like if you're looking at some Bollywood music, they go in a completely different scale than we do. And even to gain general knowledge and to have that like just in your arsenal of like knowledge, just knowing that I can make a song in this genre, or you're able to dominate certain kind of markets, I think why not? You know, like it's very important for an artist to be versatile. Sometimes people want to hear you on different things. As long as it speaks to your heart, I think definitely go for it.
Good answer. You're listening to Meet the Band with me, the BMD. I'm coming to you with a music video showcase. Stay tuned.
I come alive in the nighttime, make me run away in the nightlight. Skin tight and I'm so fine, love the way that I slow wine. Exotic, hot just like the tropic. Make me feel hypnotic. You want it, you got it, yeah. Exotic, hot just like the tropic. Make me feel hypnotic. You want it, you got it, yeah. Yeah, my shoes on flame. Yeah, 7 days a week. the tropics, make me feel hypnotic. You want it, you got it, yeah.
You're back on Meet the Band with the BMD. Folks, you're listening and watching Meet the Band, our show on Rogers Television. I'm the BMD, your host, and we are with Mehz K. That's got a great, great sound. Listen, in your bio, it says you're big time kicking it back, putting it back into your area, perhaps you're living, or back into the youth.
Mhm.
So tell us about your youth projects or program and why that's so important to you.
So I've been working with youth for a very, very long time, ever since I was in high school. I was a camp leader. I became a camp coordinator. I do customer service for a lot of the youth in the city. I run a lot of drop-ins for basketball, soccer, for a lot of youth in the city who maybe need an outlet to go ahead and kind of enjoy their life, kind of relieve that stress. You know, it's really important in today's society. You know, things go left, right, and center with youth, and a lot of people don't either keep track of them or care to hear where their pain and where their sorrow comes from. So they definitely do need an outlet of some sorts. And I'm very grateful to have a position with the city of Mississauga where I can offer quality programming to these kids and, you know, take some time to hear them out. And I genuinely think that teens and young people of today are voices of tomorrow. So in order to support them, we have to support them so they can support our future and be good for our future.
That's a wonderful answer. Hey, listen, how are you enjoying the interview so far?
I love the interview. I love talking to you.
Okay, well, we're glad to hear that. Listen, your bio also said that you're a young entrepreneur and you've got some businesses that are saying, or you're working on photo shots and graphic art. So
Yes.
let's gap it out and talk about individually each one. So you go ahead and tell us how it started and what you're doing in it.
So Cruz and I together have a CRZ studio. So that comes into me being an audio engineer. So I do a lot of kind of vocal tracking with CRZ Studio, a lot of creative directing behind CRZ visuals when I'm with CRZ Studio, just a lot of things in order to help an artist grow in their career. When it comes to Shot by Mehz K, that's my photography band. So I do a lot of photo shoots for artists. I think a lot of my businesses are geared towards helping other artists. But I do want to also network with a lot of businesses and connect with a lot of businesses in order to kind of grow my own business. So I do take photos for Shot by Mehz K. I'm slowly gearing into doing a lot of videography, music videos. I've already shot a couple for Cruz and a couple other artists. I work with a lot of artists closely, and just recently I shot a bunch of photos for like an amazing group of performers at Clinton's Bar in Toronto, and that was an awesome event. It was very, very good, put on by Belisi. So I'm looking forward to doing a lot more event photography. Like tonight, I'm going to be doing the Tony Yayo show, so that will be very much fun. And then my last business is Soul Space Media. So Soul Space Media is a multimedia company where we offer graphic services, promotional items for businesses and entrepreneurs and artists and anybody in the music industry who's looking to get business cards, logos, digital paintings, digital drawings, stuff like that. So yeah, those are kind of
how is it going overall? You started when? And are you climbing the stairs ready to get to the top? What's going on?
I'm definitely ready to get to the top. I definitely want to be able to offer these to like-minded individuals like myself. I don't think that as an artist, you do have to just do one thing, which is sing. I think it's very important for artists to learn about the different avenues of business within our community, because it could be beneficial for all of us, right? As young artists that are just starting off, investing in all of these equipment and all of that type of stuff, it does cost money. So definitely to think about things in a business perspective and have kind of an idea on savings and how to pave the way up in the industry. This is the way we do it, right? By having different avenues of business.
So when did you know you didn't want to be working for somebody, you wanted to control your own destiny?
I think when I realized that I was making money off of my pictures, because people were paying me for a little bit left, right, and center to do a lot of photos. So I was like, oh my goodness, like I can do this. And then people started paying me to do cover arts. And I was like, okay, like I could definitely do this. And then we started off doing engineering and videography for CRZ Studio for a super, super low rate out of Cruz's basement. We're just recording people. And then we realized that, we're really good and we're learning skills each day and we're kind of upgrading our equipment. And so now we're kind of widespread. We're a mobile studio. And so we kind of support each other in that all the time.
So tell the ones that are out there wanting to be you tomorrow, that are half your age, a 30-year age, or 5 years behind you, how tough is the music industry?
Honestly, it is very, very tough. It is very tough, but you know what? The dream is all worth it, because when you start doing it and you realize that your passion for it is so like it fills your heart and you feel it in a different feeling and it gives you a different kind of energy, you'll definitely feel like it's all worth it, because as higher and higher you go, even from when you're like just starting out, you'll realize, okay, I can do this. Okay, I can do this. Okay, I can do this. And you can keep going and going and going till you can't no more. So I think to keep faith and to keep, pushing and grinding towards your dream is something that's super important, but to also realize that it does not come easy. It's a very tricky and different kind of industry to enter. So that's why someone like me, I've chosen to kind of enter this industry in different ways. So then I could be able to be in need of some sorts. Whether my singing doesn't work out, I can go and now do videography and photography. If my videography and photography don't work out, I can go to being a graphics artist. So it's very important to, first of all, develop your skills, to understand your craft. And you know what? Even if you are advanced in what you're doing, every day things are changing and every day you have to learn something new. So, yeah.
Interesting answer. If people want to extend our talk together, how can they connect with you? What is your social media ID?
So you can hit me up on Instagram at mehzk.x. That's mehzk.x. That's one way that I'm always active, always available on social media that way. You can find me also on Spotify and other major streaming platforms, Mehz K as well.
Well, listen, it's been wonderful having you. You have been a breath of fresh air. And don't ever stop smiling. That is the key also to success. It makes people feel you're a friendly person, and I think you are. Folks, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching Meet the Band on the Rogers Television Network. And you know what we say, Mehz K, if you're happy, tell a friend. See you next time.
Bye.
Hey folks, the BMD here on my show, Meet the Band. If you or your group would like to be a guest on the show, email us at thebmdpodcast@gmail.com. See you then.